Hello everyone, welcome to JS Core. Today in this session we'll be discussing about MCQs related to current affairs. So current affairs questions through MCQs. And the topic of discussion is environment and ecology. So let's start with the questions. First question is, with reference to the role of UN Habitat in the United Nations program, a program working towards a better urban future, which of the following statements are correct? Right. So the question is related to United Nations Habitat. So UN Habitat was established in 1977, and it is for the aim of UN Habitat is to focus on all points of urbanization and human settlement within the United Nations, right? So it is the focal point of all issues related to urbanization and human settlement within the United Nations, right? And safe, it aims for safe, resilient, and sustainable cities. It is the aim of UN Habitat. Fine. So let us consider the statements. First statement, UN Habitat has been mandated by the United Nations General Assembly to promote socially and environmentally sustainable towns and cities to provide adequate shelter for all. Right. So this statement is a correct statement, and it is the mandate of UN Habitat. Mandate is to promote socially and environmentally sustainable towns and cities to provide adequate shelters, right? And that's why the UN Habitat uses urbanization. It uses urbanization as a positive transformative force, as a positive transformative force. Fine. So first statement is a correct statement. Second, its partners are either governments or local urban authorities only. So this statement is an incorrect statement, because the partners of UN Habitat are not only government and urban local bodies or local urban authorities, but also NGOs, researchers, trade unions, even academics, indigenous people, private sector. All those are the partners of UN Habitat, and that's why second statement is an incorrect statement. Third statement, UN Habitat contributes to the overall objective of the United Nations system to reduce poverty and to promote access to safe drinking water and basic sanitation, right? And mass sanitation. So this statement is also a correct statement, because the mandate of UN Habitat is to create sustainable cities, and those sustainable cities will help us in the reduction of poverty. They will promote access to safe drinking water as well as to sanitation, right? So first and third statements are correct, second is incorrect. Answer is B, 1 and 3 only. So answer of this question is B. Next question now. What is Rio Plus 20 conference often mentioned in the news? So Rio Plus 20 was held in 2012 to mark 20 years of, 20 years of Earth Summit, to mark 20 years of Earth Summit, and the Earth Summit was held in 1990. Fine. So Rio Plus 20, it basically focuses on two themes. Rio Plus 20 focuses on two themes. First is green economy, how to progress towards green economy, and second focus of the Rio Plus 20 was to improve coordination, international coordination for sustainable development, international coordination for sustainable development, right? So these were the focus areas of Rio Plus 20. Fine. and its formal name of Rio Plus 20 conference was the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, which was again held at Rio de Janeiro. Fine. So answer of this question is A. Rio Plus 20 is the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, and it was held in 2012 at Rio de Janeiro. Next question now. Match the following. So on one hand, we have a list of various conventions, and on other, their objective. So let us consider the list. First is Basel Convention 1992. So Basel Convention 1992 is related to transboundary movement of hazardous waste. Right. So first statement is matched with second choice of the list 2. Stockholm Convention 2004. Stockholm Convention 2004 is related to persistent organic pollutants, POPs. And then last is Rotterdam Convention. It is related to prior informed consent for hazardous chemicals. Right. So correct answer for this question is B213. Fine. So Basel Convention is related to the transboundary movement of hazardous waste. Stockholm Convention is related to POPs, persistent organic pollutants, to ensure that human health and the environment is protected from the POPs. And then Rotterdam Convention is for prior informed consent with respect to the hazardous chemicals and pesticides in the international trade. Fine. So answer of this question is B. Next is Madrid Protocol. Next question is Madrid Protocol relates to which of the following? So Madrid Protocol is related with the Environmental Protection to Antarctic Treaty. Madrid Protocol is related to Environmental Protection to Antarctic Treaty, and it came into being, Madrid Protocol came into being in 1991, and it is the protocol where parties commit to comprehensively protect environment of Antarctic region, right? So that means the environmental protection of Antarctic region. And under Madrid Protocol, the Antarctic region is designated as a natural reserve. A natural reserve devoted to peace and science. Antarctic region is considered as a natural reserve. Fine. So this Madrid Protocol, it prohibits mining. Mining is not allowed in Antarctic region as per the provisions of Madrid Protocol. And there is, means in case any project is to be carried out in Antarctic region, so for that project there should be prior environmental impact assessment, right? Prior EIA should be carried out with respect to the activities which are proposed in the Antarctic region. Fine. So that is what is Madrid Protocol. It is trying to protect environmental protection of Antarctic region is ensured through Madrid Protocol. Fine. And India is a signatory to the Madrid Protocol. Fine. So answer is C. Next question now. With reference to Global Alliance for Climate Smart Agriculture, which of the following statements are incorrect? Right. So we are supposed to find out now incorrect statements. So let us consider the statements. First is Global Alliance for Climate Smart Agriculture, that means GACSA, is an outcome of climate summit held in Paris in 2010. So this statement is an incorrect statement because GACSA was the outcome of climate summit held at Cancun in Mexico in 2010, right? Not Paris in 2015, but Cancun in 2010, and that's why first statement is incorrect statement. Second statement is India is a signatory of the alliance and was instrumental in the creation of GACSA. So this statement is also incorrect statement because part of it, India is a signatory of the alliance. Yes, this statement is correct. But India did not play an instrumental role in the creation of GACSA, and that's why second statement again is an incorrect statement. Fine. So second statement is also incorrect. Third statement now. Membership of GACSA create binding obligations for its provision on the member countries. Right. So this statement is also an incorrect statement. It does not create binding obligations with respect to its provisions on the member countries. Fine. So third statement is also an incorrect statement. So all these statements are incorrect, and that's why answer is D, 1, 2, and 3, as we are supposed to find out incorrect statements. Fine. So GACSA was established in 2014, and its vision is to improve food security. To improve food security, nutrition, and resilience of agriculture in the face of climate change. Right. So that is what is the vision of GACSA, and it was established for ensuring food security and even livelihood security in the context of climate change. Fine. So that is the objective of GACSA. Answer of this question is D, 1, 2, and 3. Next question now. Next question is very important. Consider the following statements regarding corporate average fuel efficiency, CAFE regulations. So consider the statements regarding CAFE regulations. So let us consider the statements first. CAFE regulations are similar norms to BS6 that regulate the output of air pollutant from internal combustion engines and spark ignition engine equipment. Right. So yes, more or less CAFE regulations and BS6 are same, but not exactly same. Why they are not exactly same? Because the CAFE regulations, they focus on the reduction in the emission of CO2. Right. CO2 emission is focused on by CAFE regulations, and to achieve this, they focus on increased fuel efficiency. Increased fuel efficiency is the focus of CAFE norms. Fine. And so CAFE norm focuses on CO2. On the other hand, BS6 focuses on the harmful byproducts. From car exhaust, or from vehicle exhaust. And which are those harmful byproducts from vehicle exhaust which are focused by BS6? It is the sulfur dioxide, then nitrogen dioxide. These are the prime focus of BS6, and that's why there is difference in the focus of CAFE regulations and BS6, which makes this statement incorrect statement. Fine. Next statement now. These norms are applicable for petrol diesel vehicles only. Again, this statement is an incorrect statement. Along with petrol and diesel, CAFE norms are also applicable for CNG and LPG vehicles. Right? Not only for petrol and diesel, but also for CNG and LPG vehicles. Next, the CAFE standards were first introduced in 2017 under Energy Conservation Act 2001. So this statement is a correct statement. First CAFE norm came into being in 2017. Right? And as per the first CAFE norms, the level of CO2 should be 130 grams per kilometer. And as per CAFE 2 norms, the level is 113 grams per kilometer. Fine. So that is the norms as per that should be the level of CO2. This should be the level of CO2 emissions as per CAFE 1 and cafe 2. Right? So only third statement is correct, but we are supposed to find out incorrect statements, and that's why answer is 1 and 2 only, because 1 and 2 are incorrect statements. Next question now. Consider the following statements regarding Climate Ambition Summit 2020. So let us consider the statements. First, it was co-hosted by United Nations and India. So this statement regarding Climate Ambition Summit 2020 is incorrect, because it was co-hosted by UN, UK and France. Right? They were the host of Climate Ambition Summit, and Chile and Italy were also the partners of this summit. Right? So first statement is an incorrect statement. Second, at the summit, leaders worldwide agreed to declare a state of climate emergency in their countries until carbon neutrality is reached. So this statement is also an incorrect statement. Why it is an incorrect statement? Because it is not the commitment given by the leaders of these countries that they will declare a state of climate emergency, right? So it is not the commitment given by the leaders worldwide that they will declare a state of climate emergency till the time they achieve climate or carbon neutrality, right? What is the correct statement? It was urged, UN chief urged for this, that the countries should declare state of climate emergency in their countries until they achieve carbon neutrality, right? So it was not committed by the leaders, but it was urged to them by the United Nations chief Antonio Guterres, right? So both these statements are incorrect, and that's why answer is D, neither 1 nor 2. Next question now. Next question is, consider the following statements. First, graded response action plan includes action to be taken by various state governments to tackle industrial, vehicular and combustion emissions. Right? So graded response action plan is for NCR region, National Capital Region, right? And that's why it is also GRAP is only an emergency measure. It is also only an emergency measure, and that's why it is not that various state governments have to take actions to tackle industrial, vehicular and combustion emissions. Fine. So it is only for NCR. First statement is incorrect. Second statement, GRAP works only as an emergency measure. So this statement is a correct statement. Third, Environment Pollution Prevention and Control Authority, that is EPCA, is a statutory body under Environment Protection Act 1986. This statement is also an incorrect statement. EPCA is Supreme Court mandated body, right? It is the body which was established as per the advice of the Supreme Court, and this has been replaced by Commission for Air Quality Management in Delhi, right? So it is no more. EPCA is no more there. It has been replaced by Commission for Air Quality Management. And so answer of this question is C, 2 only. Second statement is only a correct statement. Next, consider the following statements regarding One Sun, One World, One Grid initiative, OSOWOG initiative. First, it is an initiative of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So this statement on the face of it looks correct, but it is an incorrect statement, because ideally it is not the initiative of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. It is the statement should be it is implemented by, right? So the OSOWOG initiative is implemented by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, and that's why first statement is incorrect statement. Second, it will be supported by the Technical Assistance Program of the International Solar Alliance, ISA. Again, this statement is an incorrect statement because the OSOWOG will be supported by the World Bank, not by, it will be supported by the World Bank and not by the ISA, International Solar Alliance. Third statement now, it would help in the reduction of global burden on fossil fuels, right? So this statement is a correct statement, right? So because once we start more use of solar energy, there will be reduction in the use of fossil fuels. So we are supposed to find out incorrect statements. First and second are incorrect. Answer is C, 1 and 2 only. Fine. So OSOWOG is an initiative of India. It is an initiative of India where they where the government of India is trying to promote the interconnected renewable energy network. Fine. And it will be implemented by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Fine. So answer is 1 and 2 only. Next now. Next question is, United for Biodiversity Coalition has been launched by which of the following? So it has been launched by European Commission, right? So the United for Biodiversity Coalition, it is a coalition of, you can say, zoos, aquariums, botanical gardens, national parks, etc. from across the world, and it was initiated by the European Commission, EC. Fine. And it was initiated in the backdrop of Kunming Summit, which was a summit related to CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity, held in 2020. Fine. So answer of this question is C. So that is about this test. And if you want to solve this test online, you can scan this QR code or you can visit the link given in the description box. Thank you for now. See you in the next class.